Let's begin by offering our respects to ISKCON founder Acharya and our preeminent Shiksha Guru, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vancha Kalpataruvyaschа Kripa Sindhu Vyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Okay, so we welcome all of you to our weekly Kṛṣṇa book classes. We have with us here Devina, Diptyadnani, Kamalanandini Mataji. We have Anjali Karnani. We have Karuna, Lavina Dadlani, N.C. Venkachari. My parents are there. My husband is there. Then we have Romi, Shailesh Latkar, Shantaram Latkar, Sheetal Latkar. We have Shreya Kalaria. And we have Dipti Adnani. And we have Vivansh. And Auntie Nita has just joined us. Okay. So what did we see in the previous class?
Krishna lifting
Lasting rainfall.
The devastating rainfall in
Rainfall
Vrindavan
and
caused by
Indra.
Indra.
Lord Indra, and as a result of that, Krishna has lifted the Govardhan hill to protect the residents of Vrindavan and to crush the pride of Indra. So after 7 days, Indra realizes his folly, and then the rainfall stops, and then all the residents go back to their respective homes. No, Krishna tells them, now you can go back home now. Everything is dry, everyone is safe, and each one they go back to their homes. Now, what happens after they go back to their homes? They start to contemplate on what they just saw. No, there is a perplexity in their hearts. They are thinking that we have directly seen the 7-year-old Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill. No, in the past, they are thinking now that in the past we have seen how he killed Putana, how he killed these other demons, how he extinguished the forest fires. And at that time, these residents of Vrindavan, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in his commentary. So at that time, these residents, they thought that this was happening because of benediction, a blessing that Krishna has received from the Brahmanas, or because Nanda Maharaj is very, very fortunate, or perhaps this little boy has received the mercy of Lord Narayan, and Lord Narayan has empowered him to do these acts of killing all these demons, etc. No, but now they are saying, but it appears now that these were false. What we were thinking is not correct. It was incorrect, because how can an ordinary 7-year-old boy lift the king of mountains, that too for 7 continuous days? No, so then they are thinking that no, Krishna is not a human being. He must be the Supreme Lord himself. So on one side they are thinking like that. Then on the other side, they are thinking, but well, if Krishna is the supreme, if Krishna is God, then then how is it that Krishna is feeling hungry? How is it that Krishna is feeling thirsty? Because he's self-satisfied. He's Atmaram. He does not depend on anything or anyone external to satisfy him. No, Krishna or God means that personality who's completely satisfied, Atmaram. But here we can see that Krishna is crying for a little bit of milk. He's shedding tears. He's hungry. He's thirsty. So how can God be like that? No. And then God means that he's the absolute truth. But here Krishna is speaking lies. No, he says that, oh, I did not eat the butter. So he's speaking lies. But God means he is the supreme absolute truth. Now, God means that personality who in the form of Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, he is lying in the Kshir Sagar, he is lying in the ocean of milk. But here for a little bit of milk, he is crying. So he's playing many tricks, he's chattering like a small child, he's tending the calf like an ordinary cowherd boy. So these activities of Krishna indicate that no, he is an ordinary human child. So now they are confused. Is he God or is he an ordinary human child? So therefore, then they go to Nanda Maharaj in order to inquire from him what is the truth of Krishna's identity. And this is what we are going to see in today's chapter. Now, Nanda Maharaj is not only their king, he is also a very, very intelligent person. So therefore, they decide to go to Nanda Maharaj with their inquiry. Sorry. Here. So today, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Krishna, we will be seeing chapter number 26 of the Krishna book. This is titled as Wonderful Krishna. Basically, this is a recap of what we have seen so far. Without understanding the intricacies of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and without knowing his uncommon spiritual opulences, the innocent cowherd boys and men of Vrindavan began to discuss his wonderful activities, which surpassed the activities of all men. See, when Krishna was lifting the Govardhan hill, that time they were so enamored, they were so enchanted looking at Krishna, that they were not thinking about all these things at that time. No, because at that time their only focus was, oh, Krishna is so wonderful, Krishna is so beautiful. But when they have gone back to their homes, then they start to contemplate like this. So, what are they thinking? They began to discuss the wonderful activities which surpass the activities of all men. Now, what Purushottam is Krishna, which describes him to be this, that his activities surpass the activities of all men.
Leela Purushottam.
Yeah, he is Leela Purushottam. No, there is nobody who can perform better Leelas as Krishna, better pastimes than Krishna. So, how many more Purushottams do you know?
मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम
Yeah, Maryada Purushottam. Who's Maryada Purushottam?
श्री राम
Yeah, Lord Sri Ramachandra. No. So, what do we mean by Maryada Purushottam?
He always behaves in an
धर्म धर्म
appropriate fashion.
Yeah, he always fulfills, or he always, one second, my screen sharing has stopped. So anyway, there is one more Purushottam called as Prema Purushottam, that is none other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And why is he called as Prema Purushottam? Is because he descended to this material world, especially to give out prema, no, to give out love of God. And he gave this prema um, without any restrictions, without any rules and regulations. Anyone, anytime, at any place can chant the holy name. So he gave out this love of God to anyone and everyone without any discrimination. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called as the Prema Purushottam. So there are three Purushottams. One of them said, "My dear friends, considering his wonderful activities, how is it possible that such an uncommon boy would come and live with us in Vrindavan? Is it really not possible? Just imagine, he is now only 7 years old. How is it possible for him to lift Govardhan Hill in one hand and hold it up just as the king of elephants holds a lotus flower? To lift a lotus flower is a most insignificant thing for an elephant, and similarly, Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill without exertion. When he was simply a small baby and could not even see properly, he killed a great demon Putana. While sucking her breast, he also sucked out her life air. Krishna killed the Putana demon exactly as eternal time kills a living creature in due course. When he was only 3 months old, he was sleeping underneath a hand driven cart. Being hungry for his mother's breast, he began to cry and throw his legs upwards. And from the kicking of his small feet, the cart immediately broke apart and fell to pieces. So the first demon that Krishna killed was Putana. No, she came in the form of a. In what form she came?
demon
Yeah, what kind of a demon? She was a very, very beautiful, heavenly like damsel. It is described how the ladies of Vrindavan, they commented that even the residents of heavenly planets, they were Putra was looking even more beautiful than compared to the damsels of the heavenly planets. So she came as a very, very stunningly beautiful young damsel, and nobody doubted her intentions. And then the second demon here that is mentioned here is this card demon. What is his name?
Sakatasura.
Shaktasura.
Prakatasura. Now, what kind of a demon was he? He took shelter of the cart, but he was a dash demon. Fill in the blanks.
He wanted to weigh down on Krishna, I think.
Okay, but what kind of a demon was he? Was he a Shakatasura was a dash demon who took shelter of the cart.
As demon.
He was a ghost demon. He only had the subtle body. He was a ghost. No, he was
Oh,
a ghost
ghost, yeah.
demon who took the shelter of the cart. Okay, and Krishna just by kicking, he was only 3 months old, by just kicking that cart, that whole big huge cart, it just fell apart, and all that the cart had, everything came on the ground. It fell to pieces. When he was only 1 year old, he was carried away by Trinavarta, demon disguised as a whirlwind. And although he was taken very high in the sky, he simply hung on to the neck of the demon and forced him to fall from the sky and immediately die. Once his mother, being disturbed by his stealing butters, tied him to a wooden mortar, and the child pulled it toward a pair of trees known as Yamala Arjuna and caused them to fall. So Trinavarta was a whirlwind demon. He just came, he picked up Krishna, he went high up in the sky, but then Krishna killed him. No, he held on to his neck and forced him to come down. So what is the lesson we learned from this was pride comes before the fall. And we also saw how Krishna actually allowed Trinavarta to do what he had to do. In fact, Krishna was in the courtyard, especially so that Trinavarta can come and take Krishna and do what he wanted to do with Krishna, in the sense that he wanted to take him high up by doing the least damage to Vrindavan. Because if Krishna would have been inside the house, then Trinavarta would have done a lot of damage, no, to the house. So Krishna was in the courtyard so that Trinavarta can quickly pick up Krishna with the least damage to the Vrajavasis. And then we saw this very famous Damodar Leela. We are still in the Kartik month. And he pulled down these Yamala Arjuna trees. So these Yamala, which two personalities had taken shelter of these trees, or which two personalities had become these trees, rather?
Nala and Manigriva.
Yeah, and they were the sons of,
Kuvera.
Kubera,
and they were cursed by
Narada
Muni.
the Muni.
Yes, very nice. Once when he was engaged in tending the calves in the forest. Yes, Shailesh, you have a question?
See, these people are discussing among themselves about the lifting of the Govardhan Parvat. I was thinking that this is not the kind of deed that would not go to Kansa. Uh, there's something strange that he doesn't bring his entire army and come there, because he would have realized that this should be it. But it doesn't happen.
No, Kamsa heard about the extraordinary activities of Krishna, and that's why he was sending these demons to kill Krishna, no? And
But
these
then
demons are very, very powerful demons. Even Krishna's army perhaps is not as powerful as even one of this demon, because remember, even the Devatas were not able to, we saw in one demon how the Devatas were not able to defeat. So even the Devatas like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, Agni, Vayu, they are not able to defeat these demons. They are very, very powerful, potent demons.
So that's what I'm saying, that these demons they come to Krishna and then they get defeated, and then this this world-shaking event where he lifts up an entire mountain for 7 days, and still he doesn't do anything about it.
He
It
does
always
not.
seems
He
strange.
sends more demons to kill him. He
Then
is
that
doing
would be
something
something
about it. He is sending another
that would
demon, and then he sends another demon, and another, and another, and another, until he calls Krishna to Mathura. It's like, oh, I tried to kill you this way, but you didn't die, so I'll try to kill you by another way. Then I'll try to kill you by some other means. So he keeps trying, until finally he calls Krishna to Mathura. Okay. Once when he was engaged in tending the cows in the forest along with his elder brother Balaram, a demon named Bakasura appeared, and Krishna at once bifurcated the demon's beak. When the demon known as Vatsasura entered among the calves tended by Krishna with a desire to kill him, he immediately detected the demon, killed him, and threw him into a tree. So Bakasura was what kind of a demon? He was a stork, no, a stork demon or a duck demon, sometimes he is referred to. And Vatsasura was a calf. This demon had taken the form of a calf. When Krishna, along with his brother Balaram, entered the Thalavan forest, the demon name known as Dhenukasura, in the shape of an ass, attacked them and was immediately killed by Balaram, who caught his hind legs and threw him into a palm tree. Although the Dhenukasura demon was assisted by his cohorts, also in the shape of asses, all were killed, and the Thalavan forest was then opened for the use of the animals and inhabitants of Vrindavan. So these other demons, they had attacked Krishna, right? But did Dhenukasura attack Krishna? Was he who first attacked Krishna? Or Krishna went to his...
Krishna went to his forest
Krishna.
and
Actually,
he
it's not his
started shaking the
forest.
tree.
Yeah, he was taking care of that forest, and he was not enjoying the sweet tal fruits in the Talavan forest, and neither was he allowing anybody else to enjoy those fruits. So therefore, upon the advice of the Gopa friends, then Krishna and Balaram, they entered the forest, and then this combat happens, and Balaram actually kills Dhenukasura. When Pralambasura entered amongst Krishna's cowherd boyfriends, Krishna caused him to be killed by Balaram. Thereafter, Krishna saved his friends and cows from the severe forest fire, and he chastised the Kaliya serpent into the lake of the Yamuna river and forced him to leave the vicinity of the Yamuna. He thereby made the water of the Yamuna poisonless. So, which of these demons did Krishna not kill?
Kalia.
Kaliya. And why he didn't kill Kaliya? What was different about Kaliya?
Because his wives were the
Because
devotees.
His wives were devotees, very nice. And
he asked for forgiveness.
he asked for forgiveness. He surrendered to Krishna. He sincerely repented his act. No? So therefore Krishna forgave him. And this is in sharp contrast to the other demons. They did not surrender to Krishna. Another one of the friends of Nanda Maharaj said, "My dear Nanda, we do not know why we are so attracted by your son Krishna. We want to forget him, but this is impossible. Why are we so naturally affectionate toward him? Just imagine how wonderful it is. On one hand, he is only a boy of 7 years, and on the other hand, there is a huge hill like Govardhan Hill, and he lifted it so easily. O Nanda Maharaj, we are now in great doubt. Your son Krishna must be one of the demigods. He is not at all an ordinary boy. Maybe he is the supreme personality of Godhead." So now they are saying that maybe he is the supreme personality of Godhead. So therefore they are inquiring from Nanda Maharaj. Now see what they are saying, that we are not able to forget him. They don't understand why we are so attracted to Krishna. So the name Krishna itself means that he is all attractive. He is all attractive. See, we know that Srila Prabhupada, he went to the West and he was empowered by Krishna, and he had no means materially. If you go to see from the material angle of vision, he had no resources, he had no contacts, he didn't have age, he didn't have health by his side, no, he didn't have any political connections, he didn't have any kind of institutional support either, no personal support, no institutional support. But Srila Prabhupada, on the strength of his pure devotion, because Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee, therefore Krishna empowered him. No? And then when ISKCON was established and was successful, one day he was asked by someone, "How is it that you are able to establish this international society for Krishna consciousness, no? Although you had no resources, no means?" So the time Srila Prabhupada said that Krishna is all attractive, I just presented him, and then Krishna attracted everyone all over the world. So see, Srila Prabhupada gave the credit to Krishna, saying that Krishna is all attractive. Of course, Srila Prabhupada is very, very humble, and out of humility he said it. But from the one angle of vision, if you go to see, that is true, because yes, Krishna is all attractive and Krishna attracts. But you need that pure devotion in you to be able to present Krishna without any mental concoctions, to present Krishna as he is, to present the philosophy of Krishna as it is. And that can happen only when one is a pure devotee. When one is pure, then that purity attracts Krishna. So that's what they are saying here, that we are so attracted by your son Krishna. We want to forget him, but this is impossible. So why are we so naturally affectionate toward him? every one of us, we are all naturally Krishna conscious, but we have forgotten it over the years. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada also always said that we have to revive our lost relationship with Krishna. It's not that the connection was cut at any time. It's just that we have to revive that lost connection. On hearing the praises of the cowherd men in Vrindavan, King Nanda said, "My dear friends, in reply to you, I can simply present the statement of Garga Muni so that your doubts may be cleared. When he came to perform the name-giving ceremony, he said that this boy descends in different periods of time, in different colors, and that this time he has appeared in Vrindavan in a blackish color known as Kṛṣṇa. Previously, he had a white color, then a red color, then a yellow color. He also said that this boy was once the son of Vasudev, and everyone who knows of his previous birth calls him Vasudev. Actually, he said that my son has many varieties of names according to his different qualities and activities." So here Nanda Maharaj, in reply to the enquiry made by the cowherd men, he is telling them what Garga Muni had told him when he performed the name-giving ceremony of Krishna and Balaram. So Krishna has many names according to his different qualities and activities. For example, he lifted Govardhan. Because of that activity of him lifting Govardhan, he is called as Giridhari. So that is one name of Krishna based on his activity. Then Krishna has also names according to his qualities. Now we discussed one name because he is fully self-satisfied. He has that quality of being fully self-satisfied. Therefore, he is called as Atmaram, or he can never be defeated. So therefore, he is called as Ajita, or he's inconceivable. Therefore, he is called as Achyuta. Achintya. I'm sorry, inconceivable. Therefore, he is called as Achintya. Now, coming to this different incarnations in different colors. See here. Yeah, Priyanka Jha, you have your hand raised?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. There is a statement that everyone who knows of his previous birth calls him Vasudev. But isn't it in this birth only? Why previous birth?
Yeah. No, this is because Garga Muni at that time, when he did the name giving ceremony, he did not want to reveal openly to Nanda Maharaj that actually Krishna is the son of Vasudev. He was not aware at that time. And he didn't want to reveal. So he indirectly tells him. But he doesn't want to directly say it. That's why he says previously. Okay. Okay. See this thing from the book Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya explained the Yuga avatars to Sanatan Goswami. There are 4 yugas or millennia: Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. And in each millennium, the Supreme Lord incarnates. And each incarnation has a different color according to the yuga. In the Satya Yuga, the color of the principal incarnation is white. In the Treta Yuga, the color is red. In the Dwapara Yuga, the color is blackish. And in the Kali Yuga, the color of the principal incarnation is yellow. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam by the astrologer Garga Muni, who calculated Krishna's horoscope in the house of Nanda Maharaj. So these are called as the Yuga avatar. There are different kinds of avatars. And when the incarnations come in each Yuga, then they are called as the Yuga avatars. Yeah, Shailesh?
Sanatan Goswami was knew everything from Vyas, right? Got a little confused here.
No, I think you're getting confused between Sanatan Goswami and Sukadeva Goswami.
Okay.
This is Sanatan Goswami. He is one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah, Shreya?
Yes, Mataji. So in here it says like the Satyuga, the color of the principal incarnation is white. Then what incarnation it is? Because in Satyuga it was Narsimhadev, right?
Yes, Narasimhadev appeared in Satya Yuga, but we will see a little bit more. There are more incarnations. He is not the
Okay.
only incarnation.
Oh, okay. And then Treta Yuga red is like Ram, right? Or it was green because I heard somewhere that he was greenish, Ram.
Yeah, the complexion of Lord Sri Ramachandra is green, and in one Treta Yuga, Lord Ramachandra came.
Okay, so in another Treta Yoga, it might be possible that Lord Ramchandra didn't come, but other incarnation
Correct.
came who was
Correct.
red. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. So here we have more information. In the Satya Yuga, the process of self-realization was meditation. And this process is taught by the white incarnation of God. So why do we have Yuga avatars? Because each Yuga avatar comes to establish the Yuga Dharma. So as we discuss in every Yuga, there are different ways to realize God. And this Yuga Dharma is established by that particular Yuga avatar. So in the Satya Yuga, the process of self-realization was meditation, and this process is taught by the white incarnation of God. This incarnation gave a benediction to the sage Kardama, by which he could have an incarnation of the personality of Godhead as his son. In the Satya Yuga, everyone meditated on Krishna, and each and every living entity was in full knowledge. So the Yuga Dharma in Satya Yuga was silent meditation. Silent meditation. And who is this uh, personality who was the incarnation of the personality of God and who came as a son of Kardama Muni? The son of Kardama Muni who came, the Supreme Personality of Godhead who came as a son of Kardama Muni. Who was he?
Was it Parshura?
His name starts with a K. Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni. Okay. Then coming to Treta Yuga, the process for self-realization recommended in the Treta millennium was the performance of sacrifice, which was taught by the red incarnation of the Lord. So the Yuga Dharma for Treta Yuga was to perform yagyas, performance of sacrifice. In Dwapar Yuga, Krishna was personally present and he was worshipped by everyone by the mantra. Namaste Vasudevaya, Nama Sankarshanaya, Pradyumnaya Aniruddhaya, Tubhyam Bhagavate Namaha. Let me offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. This was a process of self-realization for Dwapar Yuga. So actually the Yuga Dharma for Dwapar Yuga was Murti Puja or deity worship. Now right now in Kali Yuga, what are we practicing? Do we have people following silent meditation? Do we have yagyas? Do we have deity worship in Kali Yuga? Yes or no? We have,
Yes,
yes,
Mataji.
we do have, but not as it was in the previous ages, not as opulently or as perfectly as it was in the previous ages. Yeah, Shreya?
So why does it say that in the Dwapar millennium? So they are talking about when Krishna came, right? So why are people saying this? That let me offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev. Then they know that Krishna is the personality of Godhead, right?
In the Dwapar millennium is not the whole of Krishna was here only till he was 125 years old. But the Dwapar millennium is several million years old. The
Okay,
duration
so
of Dwapara Yuga is several millions of years. Krishna was present for 125 years on the planet. When Krishna was present, the Vrajavasis, they didn't know that Krishna is God. But outside of Vrindavan, they knew that Krishna is God, even when he was personally present.
oh, then I mean, if we take that, then the Mahabharata happened, and all other characters were outside of Vrindavan. So they also didn't know, right?
They knew, the devotees, they knew. Arjuna knew. Yudhishthir knew. The Pandavas knew. Draupadi knew. Bhishma knew. Dronacharya knew. Duryodhana knew, but he didn't know. His intelligence was covered because of his false ego.
Okay, so everybody knew.
Yes.
Like Arjuna also knew.
Who?
Arjuna.
Yes.
But
That's why
then,
he made the choice, no? Before the war itself, he chose Krishna over his entire army because he knew Krishna is God.
because in Bhagavad Gita we see, right, like when he expands himself, Krishna expands himself, that's when he actually knows that he's not just my friend, he's actually the Lord. Right?
So the thing is, see, one thing is you theoretically know, you know technically that yes, Krishna is God, he's a supreme controller. But still you are used to seeing Krishna in that beautiful two-handed form where he's laughing with you, he's joking with you. So you develop an intimate relationship. But that very person, if he's going to show you this Virat roop, then anybody would be overwhelmed.
Hmm.
Because even now, let's say, Shreya, you know that Krishna is God. But if Krishna was to actually come in front of you in that beautiful two-handed form, and on the other side, he comes in front of you in this Virat robe, where all the warriors are going inside his mouth and they are being crushed between the teeth and he's seeing blood. So that is a very ghastly scene to see, no? And
Hmm.
Arjuna was used to seeing that sweet, beautiful
Hmm.
form of Krishna. So that's why he was overwhelmed. And then he was like, oh, but he knew that Krishna is God.
Okay. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
His devotees knew, the non-devotees, their
Devotees.
ignorance was covered because of false ego.
So Duryodhana and that party didn't realize that.
Who? What?
Duryodhan and Shakuni and all the Kurus, basically, Kauravas.
Yes, yes. Shakuni also was especially afraid of Krishna. He knew
Mhm.
actually, yeah. But Shakuni had his own vengeance that he wanted to take.
Agenda.
No, yeah, because he was very upset that his sister, his very beautiful sister Gandhari, actually at that time she was one of the most beautiful women of her times, and she had to marry a blind king. So he wanted to take his own revenge. So he had his own things at the back of his mind.
Mm.
Mataji, one question.
Yes.
If the Kauravas knew that Krishna is the supreme Godhead, supreme personality Godhead, why did they choose him? I mean, in the battlefield, and they prefer the whole battle, the whole lot of soldiers, no, instead of Krishna, the only one.
Yeah, because see, when one is a non-devotee, which is the case of Duryodhan, he looks at Krishna from the external angle of vision. So he knew, but still he ignored, or he rather thought that, see, now how do I explain this? It's like, say, we all know that we are going to die, right? We see everybody around us dying, but each one of us lives as though, no, this is not going to happen to me. We see so many people falling sick, but we feel that no, this will not happen to me. Don't we think like that? And we don't, human beings always know that we are going to die, but don't we always live as if that death is not going to happen to us? We know, but we don't know. We choose to overlook it, ignore it, or we tend to put it off. That's why we Indians actually don't like to discuss death. Anybody talks about death, they say, you should not talk like that. No, we are told by our elders like that because we just want to put it off. So this is something like that. Duryodhana knew, but he put it off because he was so puffed up. He had so much false ego. He had so much pride. So when we become proud, then we fail to see things as they are. Just as how when we are angry, we tend to say things that are not true, which we didn't want to say, we didn't mean to say, we would otherwise not say. Even a very highly cultured, civilized man, when he's angry, he will speak so many curse words and he may say so many things that he didn't mean to say. So he knows that it's not true, but still he says it because he's under the influence of anger. He's in the mode of passion. So the demons or the non-devotees, they are also under the modes of passion and ignorance. So they know, but then their intelligence is covered by these qualities of false ego and pride. And that's what happened with Duryodhan.
Yeah, okay.
See, Duryodhan, when Krishna went as a peace messenger, Duryodhan actually saw that universal form. Krishna showed it there in front of everyone. And even Dhritarashtra, who has lived all his life as a blind king, his vision also was restored. For the first and only time, he was able to see. Dhritarashtra was able to see, and he also saw that universal form, and Krishna went as a peace messenger. But even after seeing that universal form, what did Duryodhana order his soldiers? Go and capture Krishna. Because non-devotees are less intelligent, foolish. That's why.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. In the next millennium, this present age of Kali Yuga, the Lord incarnates to preach the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. In this age, the Lord is yellow, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he teaches people love of God by chanting the names of Krishna. This teaching is carried out personally by Krishna, and he exhibits love of Godhead by chanting, singing, and dancing with thousands of people following him. This particular incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is foretold in the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the age of Kali, the Lord incarnates as a devotee, yellowish in color, and is always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Although he is Krishna, his complexion is not blackish like Krishna's in Dwapar Yuga, but is golden. It is in Kali Yuga that the Lord engages in preaching love of Godhead through the Sankirtan movement, and those living entities who are intelligent adopt this process of self-realization. So the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is the chanting of the holy name, congregational loud chanting of the holy name, and this was established by the Yuga Avatar, the incarnation of the Lord for Kali Yuga, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Krishna himself in the mood of Srimati Radharani. And because Srimati Radharani's complexion is golden, therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's complexion is golden. So if you want to know more about these incarnations, then you can read this slide when I share it in the group. So Satya Yuga, the Lord is white and four-armed and what he did. Then Treta Yuga, and then you have Dwapar Yuga, and then you have Kali Yuga. So this I'm leaving as homework. See here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the last canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, my dear king, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, so this is Sukadeva Goswami speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. Therefore, he is saying, oh, my dear king, my dear king. So he's saying, because after Maharaj Parikshit heard the Srimad Bhagavatam, and he hears about the effects of Kali Yuga, and he sees how Kali Yuga is such a fallen age, then he's very concerned. How will the people be able to attain self-realization in such a fallen age? No? And at that time, Sukadeva Goswami speaks this verse in reply to the concern that Maharaj Parikshit is saying. So he says, my dear king, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditating on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, and in Dwapar Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So what did Sukadeva Goswami say? He said that this Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, but there is one good quality. What is that? That is the chanting of the holy name. So whatever was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditation, Treta Yuga by yagyas, Dwapar Yuga by deity worship, in Kali Yuga it can be obtained by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and it is greatly simplified. We know that meditation, it took Valmiki 60,000 years to attain self-realization in the Satya Yuga. No, and performing these yagyas is not so easy. It requires a lot of opulence, and it requires very expert brahmanas, and it requires that the brahmanas chant the mantras without any mistakes. So in Kali Yuga, we do not have such highly qualified brahmanas who can actually even bring the dead animal back to life. No, in the yagyas, they would sacrifice animals, but they would chant mantras and bring the animal back to life. They would light the fire of the yagya just by chanting mantras. They never use any matchbox or any kind of lighters. No, but now in Kali Yuga, we do not have such brahmanas. And then deity worship also, there are so many rules and regulations. It's not so easy for a resident of Kali Yuga to actually perform deity worship according to the Shastric injunctions. For example, as we have discussed in Jagannath Puri, 56 items are offered to the Lord every day. We may not be able to have such standards in Kali Yuga. So therefore, for the residents of Kali Yuga, it is greatly simplified. Just by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can go back home, back to Godhead. Gargacharya. So this is again now coming back to Krishna book. Previously we were reading from the teachings of Lord Chaitanya book, and also we saw some quotes from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is again Krishna book. Gargacharya assured me that this boy would be all auspicious for my family and that he would be able to give transcendental blissful pleasure to all the cowherd men and cows in Vrindavan. Even though we would be put into various kinds of difficulties, by the grace of this boy, we would be very easily freed from them. He also said that formerly this boy saved the world from an unregulated condition and he saved all honest men from the hands of the dishonest thieves. He also said that any fortunate man who becomes attached to this boy Krishna is never vanquished or defeated by his enemy. So Nanda Maharaj continues to tell the cowherd men what is it that Gargacharya told him during the name giving ceremony. And he also says how he said that he will actually save you from all kinds of difficulties. So actually that is true, how Krishna has saved them uh, over and over again. On the whole, he is exactly like Lord Vishnu, who always takes the side of the demigods, who are consequently never defeated by the demons. Gargacharya thus concluded that my child would grow to be exactly like Vishnu in transcendental beauty, qualification, activities, influence, and opulence, and so we should not be very astonished by his wonderful activities. After telling me this, Gargacharya returned home, and since then we have been continually seeing the wonderful activities of this child. According to the version of Gargacharya, I consider that he must be Narayan himself, or maybe a plenary portion of Narayan. So, what do you think is correct? He is like Lord Vishnu. He would grow exactly like Vishnu. He must be Narayan himself, or he is a plenary portion of Narayan.
Plenary
He's
portion
Narayan
of
himself.
Narayan
He,
himself.
Narayan.
he is
He's Narayan
Narayan
himself.
himself. Yes, he is not a plenary portion of Narayan. Narayan is a plenary portion of Krishna. No?
That is why I thought that all the answers would be incorrect.
Hmm.
Because if you're saying that Narayan is a primary portion of him,
Yes, but
he is
Krishna
not the same.
also is Narayan himself. See, although, okay, let's go back. From Krishna comes Balaram. From Balaram comes the first quadruple expansion. From the first quadruple expansion comes Narayan. No, from Narayan comes the second quadruple expansion. But all these expansions are plenary expansions in the sense that they have the same potency, the same power as Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada explained this by the example of birthday candles. When you light different birthday candles of the same size, they are all the same, no, but still there was one original candle from where the other candles were lit. So that original candle is Krishna. So Krishna is Narayan, Krishna is Vishnu, Krishna is everything and anything that exists. There can be nothing other than Krishna. Okay. When all the cowherd men had very attentively heard the statements of Gargacharya through Nanda Maharaj, they better appreciated the wonderful activities of Krishna and became very jubilant and satisfied. They began to praise Nanda Maharaj because by consulting him, other doubts about Krishna were cleared. They said, let Krishna, who is so kind, beautiful, and merciful, protect us. When angry Indra sent torrents of rain, accompanied by showers of ice blocks and high wind, Krishna immediately took compassion upon us and saved us and our families, cows, and valuable possessions by picking up Govardhan Hill, just as a child picks up a mushroom. He saved us so wonderfully. May he continue to glance mercifully over us and our cows. May we live peacefully under the protection of wonderful Krishna. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 26th chapter of Krishna, Wonderful Krishna. With this, by the mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Krishna, we come to the end of today's presentation. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So as I said, this chapter is only a summary of what we have seen so far. So it would help us to refresh our memories. Do we have anything to discuss? Any questions or comments? Yes, Priyanka?
Hare Krishna Mataji. There is a statement that Radha Muni also said that formerly this boy saved the world from an unregulated condition and he saved all honest men from the hands of the dishonest thieves. Is it referring to Parashar Muni or is it someone else?
Actually, it's very hard to say what is being referred to because I went and read the Srimad Bhagavatam also. It's not specifically mentioned what exactly they're referring to. They could be referring to so many other incidents. We cannot say which specifically they are being referred to. They could even be referring to, wait, let me make sure we are talking about the same thing. Let me share. Tell me where you read this. Tell me where is it, what you read? Is it here?
Yes, Mataji.
He also said that formerly this boy saved the world from an unregulated condition, and he saved all honest men from the hands of the dishonest thieves.
Yeah, so that's what, yeah, I was talking about this only. It could be referring to so many other designs. It can be referring to maybe Lord Ram. It can be referring to even Prithu Maharaj, where Prithu Maharaj also saved so many residents. It could be referring to so many other incarnations. We don't know which exactly is being referred to here because that is not mentioned even in the Srimad Bhagavatam. I searched. I don't have information on that. It could be Lord Ram, it could be Prithu Maharaj, it could be others also. Because the Lord in
suppose
his previous incarnation also has come and he has saved the men from the demons, no? From
maybe
the
he's trying to
dishonesties.
be wantonly vague.
Yeah, because as we discussed, no, Garga Muni does not want to reveal much to Nanda Maharaj. So he doesn't specify too many things.
Actually, I thought Parachuram, not Parachamuni. Parachuram.
Yeah, it could be Parashuram also. It could be Parashuram. It could be Lord Ram.
But-
It could be Prithu Maharaj.
But Parshuram is still alive during the time of Krishna, right? So it's not
Yes.
exactly a previous birth.
Yeah, but it's not necessary. It's just saying formally this boy saved the world from an unregulated condition.
If there is an unregulated condition, then it may be referring to only to Dwapar and Kali Yuga.
Why it can also
Not-
be, why even Satya Yuga there was an unregulated condition with Hiranyakashipu.
But there is a statement given that everyone was happy and everyone was following. No one was envious of anybody.
Yes, but Hiranyakashipu also, that was Satya Yuga story. Now Narsimadev came. That is Satya Yuga story. And even Hiranyakashipu was wreaking havoc. But Hiranyakashipu was not resident of the earthly planet. So we cannot say what exactly he was referring to as. It could be, there could be so many options.
What about the thieves, Mataji, who saved from the thief?
See, demons are called as thieves only now because they want to enjoy the property of the Lord. They want to enjoy the women of other Brahmins, other men, and they want to establish that they are the supreme. They want to, like for example, Hiranyakashipu wanted to establish that he is God. So they are all thieves only. When one tries to enjoy the Lord's property, then one is a thief.
Yeah.
Anything else? So today is an exam-free day. Today there is no exam. So is everybody following Karthik?
Yes.
Hope all of you here are lighting the ghee lamps to Lord Damodar.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice. Today is Vivansha's birthday. So we would like to wish Vivansh a very, very happy birthday, and we would like to invoke the blessings of Lord Sri Krishna so that he can grow up to become a very nice devotee, and may he liberate several generations before and after him. So wish you a very, very happy birthday, Vivansh.
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 Happy birthday, Vivan.
Happy birthday, Vivansh. Krishna bless you.
Are you there, Vivansh?
Happy birthday.
Can we see you?
Thank you.
There he is.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's all chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and dedicate it to Vivansh so that he can become a very nice devotee. No? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
He is the
Hare.
youngest one, I think, in the group, Vivansh. No?
Yeah, I think he's the
He's the
youngest
youngest
student we
one
have
with
here
Vivansh.
online.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe 8
Thank
or
you
10
very
years
much.
old.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, then. Have a nice week in Krishna consciousness and please take advantage of these most powerful days. Today is the second day of Bhishma Panchaka. In India, I think today is the first day. Is Ekadasi in India today?
Yes.
Yes,
Today
yes,
is
yes.
Ekadashi.
So for you, it's the first day of Bhishma Panchaka. So very, very auspicious day to have our online class. And for us, it was yesterday. Today is the second day here in this part of the world. So anyway, please take advantage of these last few days of Kartik. It's our last ticket, no, our last ticket to gain unlimited mercy this year. So then again, we have to wait for one more year until we can come to this particular month. All right. Thank you. Take care. Have a nice weekend. Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Thank you.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.